Welcome, friends, to a deep dive into a world where high finance, international intrigue, and really personal agendas, they don't just collide.
No, they're really intricately woven together, aren't they?
Exactly. Today, we're cracking open a stack of sources, a narrative that's truly captivating. We're going to try and extract those hidden connections, the surprising insights that tie seemingly, well, totally separate events together.
Right.
So our mission for you today is to sort of uncover how a powerful Wall Street titan, a Cuban surgeon, an Oscar-winning actress, and a pretty ruthless political operative are all tangled up
Knowingly or unknowingly.
in this single high-stakes game.
Yeah.
Get ready for some real aha moments,
Okay.
because this is where it gets genuinely interesting.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating here, I think, isn't just the who did what, but really the why.
Hmm.
It's a fascinating look at how individual motivations, the raw desire for power, or maybe a quest for personal redemption, how these things can ripple through these complex networks.
Right.
And influence events on a global scale. We're going to explore the layers of deception, the unexpected loyalties, and, well, the very human cost that defines this incredibly complex situation.
Okay, let's peel back that first layer then. Christian Gillette. He's the chairman of Everest Capital. Pretty formidable figure.
Oh, definitely.
This guy just engineered a deal that's, well, it's staggering. Selling Laurel Energy for $4.8 billion.
And his personal cut. $900 million, just like that.
It's huge. We're talking about someone at the absolute top of the financial world. A master of the leveraged buyout, really.
He took Laurel, which they got for $300 million, and turned it into a 16-fold return.
That tells you something.
It's not just big money. It shows a certain style, doesn't it? Aggressive, maybe even predatory.
You're spot on. That 16x return, it highlights a particular kind of ruthless efficiency. But what's crucial to understand about Christian is that he isn't just about the money, despite those figures.
He's known for supporting junior talent. He even went out of his way for a young associate from Columbia Law who worked on that Laurel deal.
Right?
But then you see the other side, the tough side,
Yeah.
like when he fires Jim Marshall, an underperforming managing partner.
Yeah.
Although even then he tries to get him help for his drinking problem.
So it's complicated.
Exactly. It reveals a leader whose ethics aren't just black and white, they're complex, almost transactional, you could say.
That's a really interesting way to put it. So not necessarily a moral flaw, but more like applying his Everest Capital mindset to everything.
Pretty much. Ruthless efficiency drives the profit. Yeah, but as we'll see, it can leave a trail of, well, personal grievances. It's almost utilitarian, his approach to people.
And that offer of help to Jim.
Yeah.
Genuine or strategic.
It's a thing, isn't it? It could be genuine. Or it could be a move to soften the blow, maybe prevent an angry ex-employee from causing trouble down the line.
Or both.
It's often a blend, I think. Self-interest mixed with a kind of veneer of concern. And that's crucial for how people see him, like Victoria Graham, for instance, how she perceives his actions.
Okay, so despite all this financial success, this massive win, Christian feels something's missing. A hunger, the source says.
To do something bigger, something more important than manage Everest.
And there's this strange type of guilt, too.
Yeah.
About never having served in the military.
Right. He explicitly says he never had any part in making it safe for America to do business. It's like this void he wants to fill.
And this internal drive, this restlessness.
Yeah.
It sets him up perfectly for a call.
From a very unexpected person.
President Wood.
Yeah. This internal tension makes him kind of ripe for that call. You know, the president had actually considered Christian as his running mate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then changed his mind. Christian apparently hadn't held against Wood.
Okay.
Christian had also saved Wood's ass before, got a hold of some critical video clip that helped Wood get elected.
Ah, so there's history, leverage, maybe?
Definitely a dynamic there. Christian is seen as a political asset, but also maybe someone who can be influenced.
And now the president asks him to take on this mission. Super sensitive. Clandestine in Cuba.
Right, which really makes you ask, what's Christian really after here? Is he trying to satisfy that hunger for something bigger?
Or maybe closure. Something about his father's death.
Could be. His ambition clearly isn't just financial anymore. It feels deeply personal now.
Okay, so while Christian is grappling with this offer from the president, this huge, risky thing, let's just gears completely. Geographically, emotionally.
Worlds apart.
We're going from Wall Street boardrooms to Havana to Dr. Nelson Padilla, a surgeon.
And the reality he faces is just stark.
He's dealing with ancient hospital equipment, power outages during critical surgeries. I mean, can you imagine? The lights just go out while you're operating.
It's horrific, and he's lost patience because of it. Like
Yeah.
a mother who might have survived if he could have operated sooner.
And the economic reality. Doctors made more money to taxi people than to heal them.
Yeah, a grim detail. It forces Padilla to drive a taxi on the side just to make ends meet, despite being a surgeon.
But his commitment to Cuba, it runs deep, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. He's diligently studying the party, but strategically, not out of loyalty.
Right.
He wants to improve Cuba for his kids, fulfill his late father's wish for a better future, and he's central to this group.
Los Secretos Seis, the Secret Six.
Yeah, a secret anti-communist group. Their goal is nothing less than freedom for Cuba and its people.
The stakes couldn't be higher.
No way. They have to take these extreme precautions, using things like used paper napkins in different sections of one of Havana's parks as signals for meetings.
Wow.
Placed just so on specific branches of specific shrubs. For anyone who knows clandestine ops, that's classic low-tech, high-stakes tradecraft.
And Padilla, he's the link, right? The go-between.
The vital link, and incredibly dangerous for him, between Los Secretos Seis, their U.S. backers, and this General Jorge Delgado.
Codename Zapata, a powerful military figure in Cuba.
Yes, and the U.S. benefactors, they've promised support. Choppers and ships out in the Gulf to support the rescues if the incursion, goes wrong.
And Padilla uses his trips to the U.S. ostensibly as a guest observer at hospitals.
That's cover. To meet his contacts, it's an incredibly precarious position he's in.
A man dedicated to preserving life.
Working with Delgado, who is utterly ruthless. We see that with the murder of the rancher, Rodriguez, for snitching.
Shot in the back of the head, just like that.
Delgado apparently hated snitches, even for selfish reasons. It shows this cold, pragmatic brutality.
So Padilla is walking this incredibly fine moral line.
It's more than a tightrope. It's a profound ethical compromise, but what's fascinating is the necessity of it. Without Delgado, the military connection.
The Secret Six have no chance.
None. The civilian effort would be doomed. It really highlights the sacrifices required, even from someone whose whole identity is about saving lives.
Okay, back to the president's plan involving Christian. It's not just a simple coup.
No, it's extraordinarily complex, coordinating between the Cuban military and civilian sectors.
That sounds almost impossible, getting rival military factions and disparate civilian groups to work together.
Exactly. Navigating existing power structures, deep-seated mistrust.
Yeah.
It's an incredibly delicate dance.
And then there's the assassination list.
Yes, of civilian targets.
Yeah.
Specifically, top people at key ministries, the central bank. This isn't just regime change, Lee.
And this is where the Washington politics really kick in.
Oh, yeah. Senator Lloyd Dorsey, Republican minority leader. He's leading this conservative push to politically ruin President Wood.
And he sees this list
As the perfect weapon. He calls it a crime to do that now, citing legislation that, ironically, Democrats themselves passed.
the historical context, like the post-church committee reforms.
Precisely. Back in the 70s, laws were put in place explicitly banning political assassinations after past abuses came to light. So Dorsey isn't just making a moral point.
He's weaponizing a specific legal and ethical framework.
Exactly. Something a politically savvy audience would recognize as potentially devastating. He wants to nail Wood with it.
So while Christian is navigating that political minefield and this ridiculously complex mission, there's another threat brewing.
A much more personal one. And insidious.
Not from a political rival, but from someone Christian himself had, well, kind of dismissed. Victoria Graham.
The major investor in his firm. Known for her unusual office decor.
Reptiles, snakes, lizards, even a 3-foot alligator. I mean, talk about sending a message.
It definitely screams, don't mess with me. Yeah. And she is masterminding this plot, not just to bring down President Wood, but specifically to ruin Christian Gillette.
And her motive? It goes back a bit.
It's key. Christian screwed her a couple of years ago on some deal in Ohio. He stopped her from bending the law, basically.
And she got exposed to her own board.
Right. It wasn't just business. It was public humiliation. It cut deep.
So she sets up this incredibly elaborate deception.
It really shows how personal vendettas can morph into these dangerous conspiracies. She hires Stephen Sanchez,
The professional killer.
who hadn't killed anyone in a year, apparently, and felt practice was a necessity in this business. Chilling detail.
And Sanchez murders Jim Marshall, Christian's recently fired partner.
Makes it look like a suicide. fabricates a note using details about Jim's drinking problem to point the finger directly at Christian.
And then the actress.
It gets even more dramatic, yeah. She recruits Melissa Hart, an Oscar winner.
To pose as Beth Garrison and spy on Christian.
Her mission,
You chew.
get as close as possible to him and stay as close as possible so they could track his every move.
Using a fake background, small-town college.
And this highly effective dying mother routine
It's like weaponizing acting skills.
against a target who, for all his power, is still vulnerable emotionally.
It's quite something how even the most guarded people can be undone by that basic human desire for connection.
Especially after loss. Christian, having achieved so much professionally, he's susceptible to this carefully crafted illusion, that hunger for purpose, maybe even seeing an echo of his deceased half-sister Nikki and Beth.
It becomes the chink in his armor.
Exactly.
Thankfully, Christian isn't totally alone. He has allies. Quentin Stiles,
His best friend and head of security. This guy's background is top tier.
former Ranger, DIA, that's Defense Intelligence Agency,
The military's main intelligence arm, yeah.
and Secret Service. So not just muscle. He's a strategic asset.
Fiercely loyal, incredibly perceptive. He immediately makes himself essential to the Cuba mission, tells Dex Kelly, the president's contact, what Quentin says goes or I don't.
He even tells Christian he trusts him more than anyone. That's powerful.
And his instincts are just phenomenal. He spots the problems with the story about Christian and Beth escaping those guys in Maryland.
Right, the call for the state police chopper.
Didn't come from Christian or him. Red flag. His mind just picks up these details others miss.
And then the big reveal.
At the Naples airport, he finds the homing device.
Disguised as lipstick in Beth's purse.
Boom! Reveals her true role. Christian's blinded by his emotional connection, but Quentin, he's operating on pure observation. Protocol cuts right through it.
It really shows how crucial that kind of objective, trusted intelligence is.
It can be the only defense against such personal betrayal.
Absolutely. And then there's Allison Wallace, his loyal managing partner.
Also plays a critical role. She's his designated successor, vice chairman.
And despite her own feelings for Christian, her own professional challenges, she catches Sherry DeMille.
Trying to access Christian's computer with a stolen swipe card.
Yeah. And later, Allison figures out the depth of the plot when she finds that copy of the Cuba mission file in his desk.
A file she had copied earlier, crucially.
Right.
Allison's actions just underscore the importance of that internal vigilance, that loyalty, when the stakes are this high.
Even after Christian made that tough call firing Jim Marshall.
Which was then manipulated to frame him, yeah. But Christian's leadership style, for all its, let's say, ruthlessness,
it still fostered this incredible loyalty in people like Allison and Quentin.
Which proves invaluable in a world crawling with deception. It really makes you think, as a leader, how do you inspire that kind of trust? Especially if you maintain a certain distance, like Christian initially did.
So as all these threads are unraveling, the actual incursion in Cuba launches.
Yeah, boots on the ground, plan in motion.
And Christian is right in the thick of it, experiencing this exhilarated feeling. Finally doing that something bigger.
A feeling beyond just numbers on a spreadsheet.
But the mission, it comes at a terrible cost.
A steep, tragic price. Jim Marshall's suicide is revealed for what it was.
Cold-blooded murder.
Yeah.
Orchestrated by Sanchez. Threw him off his balcony after writing that fake note blaming Christian.
And the conspirators' plan for Christian himself was just chillingly blunt.
Gillette won't be coming back from Cuba.
In all the confusion, somehow he'll be lost. They wanted him dead to provide video leverage against President Wood. Ruthless.
And the personal losses just pile up. Quentin Stiles.
Christian's loyal protector, killed on his way to Cuba, car bomb, sacrificed his life for Christian.
And Dr. Padilla, the surgeon.
Also dies, heroically, rushing a lieutenant to save Christian, upholding his deepest values right to the very end.
The loss of Quentin, Dr. Padilla, it's just brutal. It grounds this whole high-stakes game in such a personal, tragic way.
Absolutely. It shows that even the most powerful people can be completely devastated by losing those loyal friends, those allies.
And these events, they clearly change Christian, profoundly.
Oh, definitely. We see a visible transformation. 7 months later, he's a different man.
He steps down as chairman of Everest Capital.
Hands the reins to Allison Wallace, his new Madam Chairman. A real testament to her ability, her loyalty.
And he's looking for a different kind of life now.
Yeah, one, spending time only with people he knew he could trust. finding a new kind of peace, almost a liberation from the relentless pressure of his old life.
It's a huge shift, isn't it? From this titan of finance, driven by ambition and that hidden guilt.
To someone seeking authenticity, genuine connection.
His final words to Allison. We don't work together anymore. Call me tonight after you've finished your Everest duties. Right here, honey. Right here.
It symbolizes that complete reevaluation of priorities. Personal connection over professional achievement.
Yeah.
His whole journey, it reflects this profound reassessment of his values, moving away from just chasing wealth and power towards, well, maybe purpose, authentic connections.
It really forces you to ask, doesn't it? In that relentless pursuit of ambition, what actually makes a life well-lived?
And at what point do you realize the price of that ambition might just be too high?
So what does this all mean for you listening? Our deep dive today really reveres this complex tapestry, right? Where the threads of personal ambition, intricate political maneuvering, corporate power, even real patriotism, they're all woven together.
In ways that are surprising and sometimes, yeah, heartbreaking.
It's a powerful reminder, I think, that our lives and the events shaping our world are way more interconnected than they often seem on the surface.
Absolutely. If you connect this to the bigger picture, it just underscores that constant interplay between individual choices and, well, global consequences.
Yeah.
It also shows how pursuing knowledge, having the courage to uncover hidden truths, to challenge those superficial appearances is just essential, especially in a world full of, overwhelming information, but also deliberate deception.
So true.
Which kind of leaves you with something to think about in your own life, what unexpected connections might be influencing your path, and maybe more importantly, who truly has your back when the stakes get high.